Namaste and welcome to Sonali Joshi's YouTube channel. This video is for you if you have Ketu placed in the nakshatra of Vishaka, either in the sign of Scorpio or in the sign of Libra in your natal horoscope. This video will also apply to the kids who are born when Ketu enters the Vishaka nakshatra and stays into Vishaka nakshatra. To those of you who are new to astrology, Ketu is the Moksha Karak planet. It is about the spirituality one can have. It is about the sacrifices one can do to attain the highest dharma. Vishaka is a nakshatra ruled by planet Jupiter. Vishaka falls in the sign of Libra and the last pada of Vishaka falls in the sign of Scorpio, out of which Scorpio Vishaka will usually give you higher returns in terms of spirituality because the planetary ruler of Scorpio, that is Mars, is a friend of Jupiter. Jupiter energy and the Mars energy works well, and hence Ketu can function well in the side of Scorpio because it is also co-owner of Scorpio. The same Ketu when moves into the sign of Libra, Libra is ruled by Venus. Venus is about all the earthly things. It is about all the relationships, money, all the pleasures of life that human beings want. That's why they are born on this earth. Ketu doesn't go well with Venus because Ketu is about spirituality. Ketu doesn't want you to too many pleasures or get drowned into the things that will take you away from spirituality. And hence placement of Ketu on the Vishaka side can be difficult for people because it usually is expressed through the relationship difficulties or relationship issues that people have. The symbol of the nakshatra Vishaka and all other information about Vishaka can be found in this video that suggests how you can overcome the negativity of this nakshatra. Watch this video and implement those things if you are facing any negativity related to nakshatra Vishaka. There is one important thing that is common between both placements of Vishaka, whether it is on the side of Scorpio or it is in the side of Libra, and that is human relationships and the sexual needs. When people overdo these things or don't indulge into them at all the issues start coming. Vishaka has two deities, that is Indra and Agni, and symbolically if you want to achieve the higher side you have to sacrifice something. If we remember this principle, then dealing with planet Ketu in the nakshatra Vishaka will be comparatively easy. Vishaka stands for a getaway, a changeover. It is about celebrations. It is also about some longing, and hence this is all mixed emotions, mixed baggage that people have to go through. Ketu is a planet that usually denotes where your ignorance stands in the horoscope. This is something that you have already done in the past life, so in this life you kind of tend to not to acknowledge it, stay away from it, or don't want to use it at all. Because when it comes to Rahu and Ketu, if Ketu is placed in one side of the horoscope, then 7th from it there is Rahu. And Rahu is about this life, this future. It is about giving you all the material things that human beings want and they are born for. The pull of Rahu can most of the times be more than Ketu. And hence in the nakshatra Vishaka, if Ketu is placed in the first house, that means you are Scorpio ascendant. When Ketu enters Scorpio Vishaka, it is a Ketu return for you. This cycle repeats usually when you turn 18, 36 and multiples of 18. So Ketu has already delivered one cycle to you if you are 18, and in next 18 years it wants you to focus on another area of life where if you show the higher side, you will get the best from it. Ketu in Vishaka in the ascendant suggests that your past life was full of drama, lot of chaos, lot of clutter, and you are born in this life to complete the rest of the work that you didn't do in the previous life. You can use the expertise to get rid of the chaos, get rid of all the drama, and work with whatever is needed for the higher thing. If Ketu is placed in the second house in the nakshatra of Vishakha, that means your ascendant is Libra. In this life, you are going to complete the work that you didn't do in the last life related to your family values, earning money, your own voice, and dealing with all the resources. It may give you a longing about something that you feel you don't have. This Ketu will present you with two choices like a branch, and you will feel like you are doing a choice, and always when you go certain years ahead, you will feel the other choice was better. Understand, this is a trap of Vishakha. It is like a fork or a branch where a person always feels that whatever choice they have made is the right choice now, and further they feel it's a wrong choice. Understand, when Ketu is placed in Vishakha, you have already experienced the things in the past life. You already have expertise in that. So you just have to use that expertise and complete your work. Don't get bothered by whether you are doing right or wrong. As long as you are doing something that is benefit of human beings, continue doing it. Ketu, highly spiritual planet. Make sure you don't use bad words, don't curse others, don't be highly critical about others in terms of dealing with resources and using their resources. If Ketu is placed in the third house in the nakshatra of Vishakha, it can give you a lot of travels, it can give you a lot of communications. You will have longing for these things. However, you will never be satisfied with that. All your efforts will seem like they are not giving you the success. You will tend to divide a group into two and then try to work with it. As long as you try to get rid of the chaos, get rid of anything that is used and now can't be used anymore, and move on, it will always work. This Ketu may show a lot of changes in different teams. That means you may change your fields, you may change your hobbies. Understand, this is everything that you have done before. So don't be too choosy, don't be in a position where you always feel you are taking the wrong decision. This brings some past life karma related to younger siblings as well. If Ketu is placed in the fourth house in the sign of Vishakha, if Ketu is in the fourth house, that means it is denoting your karma about your land, property, vehicle, motherhood. Your job in this life is to fulfill wishes of other people. Give them mental peace, and then you will achieve happiness in life. If someone has Ketu placed in the nakshatra of Vishakha in the fifth house, that means creativity, learning all the ancient sciences, mantras, they have done it before. They have excellent expertise about creativity, dealing with kids, dealing with education, coming up with anything that is new in terms of modern technology. They have done it before. Now, they don't want to do it. They show their ignorance towards it. And hence, at one point, if you are running the Ketu Dasha, you will feel like going away from your kids. You will feel like leaving your education halfway. However, understand, it is about completing the work in this life. So don't leave anything abruptly. Actually, use the expertise that you already have and complete it. Ketu placed in the nakshatra of Vishakha in the sixth house. Sixth house is about prarabdha karma. When Ketu comes here, it shows your rune towards your maternal family. It also shows you have a tendency to underestimate all your competition, and hence you may notice certain people who oppose you come out of nowhere. And when Ketu is in the nakshatra of Vishakha, usually these things can happen suddenly, and the enemies or the debt that you have can be very powerful. You will have to complete it in order to go to the higher level, rise above the normal people. If somebody has Ketu in the seventh house, in the nakshatra of Vishakha, that means you have either Aries ascendant or Taurus ascendant. For you, relationships, money, resources is a primary thing. Power, adventure, doing something new is very important. And you always feel that your partner, maybe it's your spouse, maybe it's business partner or your client, if you are in business, trade, deals, they are not supporting you. They play a role of as if they are not at all interested, or they hold all the power. You have to choose between these two. The best option is understand the other person knows a lot. Have faith in them, at the same time have belief in yourself and your choices. There is a reason why you are working with that other person, particular person out of so many choices available. If you tend to be unsatisfied with your relationships, your deals, your sales, or working with clients, you will keep on changing them, changing jobs, changing companies, changing boyfriend or girlfriend. You are not going to get peace of mind. Understand, you have to complete the work that you didn't do before, and hence leaving multiple things is not going to give you anything. Sacrifice something for that and achieve the best. Ketu in the 8th house in Vishakha. Ketu is owner of 8th house. So usually it does very well in the 8th house. It can show sudden changes for you, but they will be ultimately for your benefit. They will give you money, they will give you fame, and they can give you lot of resources. Just follow one thing. Do not use harsh words or critical words when you deal with your family members. And once you follow this, your relationships would always give you good results, and you will always get money after you work hard. Ketu in the 8th house shows Rahu in the 2nd house. That means in your family lineage, probably somebody is going to marry to a person from different background. Already that marriage could have happened, or it is going to happen further as well. Whenever malefics go into the 8th house, things can be sudden. This Ketu's placement in the Vishakha nakshatra in the 8th house may show certain issues with your health. Same way it will show some issues with health in the 6th house. But remember, you are completing the work that was not done before, and hence continue doing it. Try to ignore the dissatisfaction or discontent that you are having. Ketu in the 9th house of horoscope in nakshatra of Vishakha. Vishakha is about changeover. Vishakha is about crossing something over and going to the other part. This shows you are going to travel to foreign lands or long away place and follow your duty over there. You have probably done it before, and now you are going to complete that work. Ketu's placement in the 9th house also denotes somebody who doesn't value the conventional philosophies, religious principles. You are somebody who would want to follow your own rules. Because Ketu tends to scatter things, Ketu tends to ignore the social norms. And hence, if you are somebody who feels like rejecting all the philosophies, rejecting all the religious beliefs, you are doing that because you have already worked with it before. You have that knowledge, and hence you feel like it is of no use. There is a lot of discontent because of those issues. The best thing is believe in the higher dharma, and the higher dharma is doing your duty in every part of life, every spectrum of life, and you will be doing fine with this placement. Somebody has Ketu in the 10th house in the nakshatra of Vishakha. Ketu in the 10th is very important position. At the same time, it is very difficult position. Usually 10th house is place where sun gets the directional strength. When Ketu goes there, a person feels like giving up the job all the time. They are never satisfied in terms of their profession. They will change multiple jobs, they will do multiple jobs, or these people will at least start two things at a time. This is a placement for somebody in modern era where they will always have a side hustle running. How much that side hustle pays is secondary, but you will find somebody who will have two jobs, two professions, or always show you something that they are more interested in doing than their actual work. If you have this placement, just remember you have to help others. You have to help others rise in their profession. Vishakha usually deals with either all kinds of liquids, deals with modern technology, deals with all the professions that are related to teaching, coaching. Vishakha also does really well in terms of security and cyber security. There is a lot of focus in people who have Vishakha Nakshatra. They have perfectionist attitude and they can work for long hours. Once they understand they are not going to do this job hopping or there is nothing on the other side, they show their dedication and do their best. If you have Ketu placed in the 10th house, always remember work for others and give them empowerment. Ketu placed in the 11th house. This is one placement where people usually have lot of friends but no support. Or they do not have big friend circle and they are longing for friends. In general, with Ketu in Vishakha, they would always like to be friends with somebody who is very powerful, famous, known in the community, known in the society. Always they will attract these kind of people or go after making friendships with the people who have higher status in the society. Same way, they look for a lot of gains through gambling or any kind of speculative processes. Maybe it is gambling, stock market, or anything that will give them quick money. Always remember, 11th house is the last Upachaya house. You have to start something, work hard with discipline, continue working on it, and then you go to the 11th house. With Ketu placed in the 11th house or Rahu placed in the 11th house, people always try to take shortcuts or easy ways of earning money. Always remember, Ketu in 11th will give you everything. It is not going to deny you anything, but you will not have the satisfaction from it. And hence understand whatever you have is good enough and you can always sacrifice something for others in order to use the higher spiritual side of that Ketu. Ketu placed in the 12th house of natal horoscope. 12th house is usually moksha house. It is the highest spiritual house, and Ketu does very well in that 12th house. If you have Ketu placed in Vishakha in the 12th house, you are probably into yoga, meditation, some kind of spirituality, retreats, or anything, institution, organization, or global way how you would do transformation for others. You are working towards getting rid of loans of people, health issues of people, or you are working for making sure that people who are divorced are not in any kind of marriage also get happiness in life. Ketu in the 12th house works very well with ashram or any kind of religious organization, but they would always have their own way of doing things. A person with Ketu in Vishakha in the 12th house would go and clean everything, whatever chaos was there present in any place where he or she goes, and start something new. Whatever they start new can be very different from the social norms. If someone has Ketu placed in the 12th house and they are running the time period of 12th house, they would feel like going away from their house, the place where they live, that city, and go far away places in search of something. Vishakha gives you that longing for something, and if Ketu is placed there, it's usually for doing something that is highly spiritual. Hope this video gives you a guideline about how this Ketu is going to function in the nakshatra of Vishakha in 2022, and if you have it in your natal horoscope. Always remember, on the opposite side of Ketu there is Rahu. Rahu is going to be in the nakshatra of Kritika right now, and then it is going to change into the nakshatra of Bharani. When Rahu goes into Bharani, primarily it will bring out the issues that are related to relationships, because Bharani is in the sign of Aries, where it's a combination of Mars and Venus. The position of Mars and Venus in your natal horoscope will decide the outcome that time. When Rahu is in Kritika and Ketu goes to Vishakha, Jupiter and Sun will decide the outcome. Always remember, whether Ketu is on the Scorpio side, then it matters about Jupiter and the placement of Mars. On the Libra side, you are dealing with Venus and the placement of Jupiter. So check where these planets are placed in your natal horoscope, and accordingly you will get the results. Fortunately, Jupiter and Venus are all benefic planets. They are about teaching, coaching, giving somebody empowerment, giving somebody resources, and they are expansive in nature. And if you follow this principle and work out all the obstacles of Vishakha in the right way, go to the higher side of spirituality, this transit is going to be really useful for you, really beneficial for you. If you want to know more about Vishakha Nakshatra and how it can manifest in the 2022, I'm going to give a link in the description. Watch those videos as well. Remedy for Vishakha Nakshatra is doing puja of Durga or any goddess that you have in your family. If your family has a tradition of worshipping any goddess, please continue that. Another thing is, you can always do Havan or fire remedy. On a practical level, you can always sacrifice something for the person that you love. If your ascendant moon or ascendant lord is conjunct with Ketu, then do the remedy for Ketu. Usually for Ketu, worshipping Ganesha is suggested. You can also chant the Ketu Graha mantra. You can also do Havan for Ketu, and best thing is helping somebody, letting go of something. Something that is now outdated, you have to let it go. If your ascendant lord, ascendant or moon is conjunct Rahu, then you should be doing remedy for Rahu. That is also worshipping any goddess. You can also do Rahu mantra jap. You can also remember for Rahu, less is always more. Ketu makes you look within yourself. Rahu makes you look at others, and hence less is always more. I am also going to make a video regarding Rahu's placement in the Bharani Nakshatra. Watch this video when it's published. Thank you for all the likes and comments. If you have any questions, any doubts, you can send an email to iamsonalijoshi@gmail.com. Namaste. Thank you. Shubhamastu.